Okay, let's see about problem number 13. 13a. So we have an f of x, which is equal to x squared, and we have a g of x, which is equal to 1 minus 6x. And fa is saying prove or show that f of negative 3 is the same as g of negative 4/3. So this one's pretty straightforward, right? You just plug in the argument, that's what you call that, what's inside the parentheses. Plug the argument in each function and then see what happens, and they should equal the same thing. So let's start with the function f. So put negative 3 in for x. So it's going to be negative 3. I'll put that parentheses, and then it should be x squared. So of course that's 9. So that one's 9. Now let's put in on the g of x, let's put in negative 4/3. So it's going to be 1 minus 6 times negative 4/3. So that's going to be 6 times 4/3, but you can cross simplify. 3 goes into 3 once, 3 goes into 6 twice, right? Because you think of that as 6 over 1. And then remember, that's not minus, that's times. So it's a negative times a negative. So it's going to be 1 plus 2 times 4 is 8. So it's going to be 9. So the first part is easy. A is good. Now B, it says find an x such that g of x is the same as f of 5. Okay. Well, first of all, let's say, I'm going to erase this part. Let's figure out what f of 5 is, because that part we can do without thinking too much. So f of 5, this is simply going to be put the 5 in for x. So it's 25. So f of 5 is 25. So we want g of x to be equal to 25. And we want to find out what value of x would make that happen. So we just want to say 1 minus 6x, set g of x equal to 25, solve for x. So I'm going to subtract 1 from both sides. I have negative 6x equals 24, and then divide both sides by 6, and I'm going to have x is equal to negative 4. So when x is negative 4, then g of x would be the same as f of 5. Get that? See that? Now the last part, the trickiest part, right? B or C. Oh, I just did C. That was part C. I missed part B. Part B, it said find fog. Find fog of negative 2. So remember to do that. So that part here was I guess the trickier part, C. So this is part B. The fog part is so rewrite it. Remember, write it as a nested functions, I guess we could call it. That's f of g of negative 2, and then go from the inside out. So first do g of negative 2. So I'm going to go back up into this original g function and put in negative 2 for x. So that's going to be 6 times negative 2 is negative 12. And then a negative is going to be positive, so it's going to be 1 plus 12. So it's going to be 13. So I can replace g of negative 2 with 13. And now I got to substitute 13 in for the f function, which was going to be 13 squared, which I remember right is 169. And there you go. That's problem number 13.